3 minutes left to claim the financial shift Archangel Michael released in your name. If you miss this, it may be redirected permanently. Don't ignore. Open immediately. You are not reading this by accident. Something divine has drawn your eyes to this message. Right now, a financial shift is hovering over your name like a golden cloud waiting to drop. Archangel Michael, the mighty warrior of heaven, has already moved in the spirit to release this blessing to you. But there's one urgent truth. You only have minutes left to claim it. 3 minutes is all that stands between a redirected miracle and a supernatural breakthrough landing in your life. Do not delay. Open your heart and listen. There is a shift happening in the heavens. A divine transfer already authorized. This is no ordinary opportunity. Michael was sent to break chains, clear spiritual interference, and assign this blessing directly to you. But heaven operates on obedience and timing. Many people miss their miracle because they ignore the moment. But not you. The fact that you're here, right now, is proof. God does not send a word like this without cause. Archangel Michael has seen your struggle. He knows about the delays, the false promises, the lost chances. But heaven has decided, now is the moment to release what was held back. This shift was scheduled for your name only, not your neighbor, not your co-worker, you. But the enemy has tried to interfere. Spirits of jealousy, delay, and confusion have tried to stop what belongs to you. Michael stood with his sword raised, and he fought for your release. But here is the warning. Just like in Daniel's time, even blessings can be delayed by darkness. If you don't respond in time, heaven is allowed to reassign it. That's why the message was clear. 3 minutes left. It's not a metaphor. It's a divine timer. Once this window closes, the spiritual line closes too. What could have been yours may be redirected to another soul. That's why Archangel Michael is urging you to open this message fully and act. Your response is your agreement. So, ask yourself, are you really willing to let what's yours be given to another? You prayed. You've cried. You waited. And now the angels are here. But they can only finish what God commanded if you receive it fully. This shift is the answer to what you've been begging heaven for. Do not waste it. Do not second guess. The anointing is ready to move. Heaven is watching your response. This is not about luck or chance. This is about divine alignment. God has brought this message to you at this exact moment. A miracle that was once delayed is now knocking at your door. But will you open it before the final second strikes? Will you claim what has your name on it? Or will hesitation steal it again? Your time is now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. In 3 spiritual minutes, everything changes. Heaven has spoken. Michael has moved. Now it's your turn. Type I am chosen to receive blessing 7461. Archangel Michael is not only a protector, he is a breaker, a destroyer of spiritual chains. When God told him about the financial shift in your name, he didn't walk. He moved with urgency. There was spiritual resistance waiting on the path. Dark clouds, demonic interference. Michael faced it all, because what is coming to you was never going to be easy. The enemy wanted to stop it, but Michael fought through, with one goal, to get this divine breakthrough into your hands. He broke the gates of delay that were placed around your finances. He cut through generational curses that kept you in cycles. He destroyed the voices in the spirit realm that said, they don't deserve it, because heaven overruled. and Archangel Michael carried that order like a flaming sword. He blocked spirits of fear. He rebuked lack. He overpowered greed sent by others. Also that the financial shift could finally be released with your name on it. Type I am rising to get the blessing 4896. But as soon as the breakthrough was released, the clock began to tick. Heaven operates in divine cycles, and this one is short. Just like manna in the desert had an expiration time, so does this moment. If the miracle is not claimed within the assigned window, it must return to the source or be redirected. That's why Archangel Michael is standing near you right now, waiting, watching, urging your spirit to act quickly before the window closes forever. Someone near you, maybe even someone you trust, doesn't want this shift to happen for you. They have spoken words behind your back. They have released envy into the atmosphere. They may smile to your face, but their energy carries jealousy. Heaven saw it. Michael heard it. That's why this message is not public. It's personal. Heaven picked you, not them. And this moment is guarded tightly so the wrong eyes don't intercept it. Type I am rising to get the blessing 6123. God has seen how many times you were passed over. How many times people received blessings while you waited. You didn't complain. You stayed faithful. You gave when you barely had. You served others in silence. And because of that, God has remembered your seed. The time of harvest is here. This financial shift is not charity, it is justice. Divine justice. The kind that shakes the earth and silences every mouth that ever doubted you. Archangel Michael was not sent to beg you to believe. He was sent to announce, to confirm, to declare that your miracle is here, if you take it. He carries a scroll with your name, and within it are divine instructions, new opportunities, open doors, financial peace. But if you do not say yes in the Spirit, it cannot be activated. Because heaven works in partnership with your will, you must receive this with all your heart. Type I am anointed to get blessing 7029. There is something important you need to know. When Michael drew his sword, he was defending your promise. He was cutting off a curse that was placed on your finances months ago, a curse that said no matter how hard they work, they will stay stuck. But that curse is broken now, because Michael saw the assignment and broke the binding words. That's why things will begin to move fast after this message. That's why you must stay ready. Don't think you have time to decide later. The enemy wants you to wait, to wonder, to delay. But delay is a thief, and hesitation can make miracles pass by. Right now, in the next few minutes, is when heaven is aligned. The angels are leaning in. They are searching for your agreement, your yes, your surrender. Say yes in your spirit. Declare it with your mouth. Type it if you must. But do not let this pass. In the next part, you'll see why this financial shift is bigger than just money. It's about your calling, your family, your future. But none of that matters if you miss the window now. That's why Archangel Michael is pleading silently through this message. He's done his part. Heaven has spoken. But now, the final step is yours. Type I claim my portion to receive blessing 9003. This financial shift is not just about cash or wealth. It's about what God is trying to release into your whole life. You may be praying for money, but heaven is looking at your future, your purpose, your calling, and your peace. The financial part is just the beginning. When Michael broke that chain, he didn't just break one. It was a chain tied to your mind, your emotions, and your destiny. You were trapped in cycles. But now, God is shifting you out of them. Heaven saw how stuck you felt. The doors that kept shutting. The tired feeling of trying everything, but still not getting ahead. You were not being punished. You were being preserved. God allowed some things to be delayed so that this divine moment would mean more. So that when the blessing comes, you'll know it came from no one but Him. This is a shift that restores what was lost, stolen, delayed, or burying. Type I am stepping forward to get the blessing 5194. Some of the people in your life cannot come with you into this new season. That's why they have become distant, cold, or even cruel. They were only assigned to the version of you that was surviving. But this new financial shift is making you thrive. And not everyone can handle your growth. So yes, some people may fall away. But that's not a loss. It's protection. God is separating you for something bigger. The money that is being released will be used to break generational patterns, to create new pathways for your children, your household, your future. It's not just a blessing, it's a strategy. That's why the enemy fought so hard to keep it from you. It wasn't about the amount. It was about what the money would unlock. Peace in your home. Freedom from debt. Time to rest. Time to dream again. Type I am chosen to rise to get the blessing 6872. The devil always attacks the seed before the harvest. That's why, lately, you may have been feeling confused, tired, or even attacked in your sleep. That wasn't just random. It was spiritual warfare. The closer you got to this divine moment, the harder the enemy tried to throw distractions your way. But heaven held you together. Angels stood guard, and Michael made sure the enemy could not stop this moment from reaching you. But now it's your turn. You must reach back in faith. Faith is the door that opens the vault. Michael has the key, but your faith unlocks the door. If you believe this is your moment, don't stay quiet. Speak it. Say, yes, Lord. Say, I believe. Even in a whisper, even in tears, say it. That's how the shift gets sealed. Not just by reading, but by responding. Type I agree with heaven to get the blessing 7441. There are documents with your name that have been spiritually delayed. Legal things, contracts, payments, approvals. But now that the angels have moved, those papers will begin to move too. The chains in the spirit realm are breaking now. Even if you can't see it yet, it's already happening. It starts in the spiritual first, then shows up in the natural. Don't doubt because of the silence around you. Some miracles come quietly, but just because it's silent doesn't mean nothing is happening. Right now, things are shifting in the places you cannot see. Angels are being assigned. People are being moved. Conversations are being stirred. And all of it is in your favor, because you are finally aligned. The time is now. Michael is standing with you, not just as a protector, but as a witness. He will testify before heaven that you responded in faith, that you opened this message and believed, that you didn't let doubt steal your shift. He is ready to report your name. He is ready to complete the assignment. But it depends on you now. Will you accept this divine gift? Will you act before the 3 minutes end? Type I move in obedience to get the blessing 9136. You've just witnessed what heaven is doing behind the scenes for your future. But there are many souls still trapped in spiritual poverty, still unaware of God's plans for them. If this message has stirred your spirit, then let your giving be your agreement. God said, "Those who sow in tears shall reap in joy." Your gift becomes the seed that sets someone else free. I feel led to say this. Your obedience can spark someone's miracle. You are not giving to a channel. You are sowing into divine impact. Every super thanks, every membership, every PayPal offering link in the video description helps us spread these prophetic words around the world. And to every giver, I declare, may your seed unlock harvest beyond money, favor, clarity, divine protection. Don't wait. Give as heaven leads you. Let your generosity echo your faith. There was a dark force standing over your life for years. A quiet spirit of delay, sent to block your finances and steal your time. It didn't make noise. It didn't shout. It just kept moving things out of reach, slowly, quietly, painfully. Every time you got close to a breakthrough, something would fall apart. That was not coincidence. That was the assignment of the enemy. But now, Archangel Michael has confronted that delay spirit directly. He didn't speak softly. He roared in the spirit. With one command from the throne, Michael struck the delay and shattered its grip over your life. The places where you felt stuck, they are already being loosed. The money that should have come, the opportunities that vanished, the help that never arrived, all of it is being recalled to you. This is not a small change. This is a full turnaround. Type delay is broken to get the blessing 7,440. The enemy is angry. Because once the delay is broken, blessings come quickly. And some people around you who were used to you struggling may not celebrate this shift. Don't be surprised. When God begins to bless you, it reveals the true heart of others. But don't get distracted. This moment is between you and heaven, and no one can block what has your name unless you give them the power to do so. Michael has taken back what was stolen. That includes time. You thought you lost years, but God is restoring time to you in the form of sudden favor, accelerated results, fast answers, closed doors opening without warning, divine surprises. That's what happens when delay is removed. Everything starts to move faster because the time is now. Heaven is not waiting anymore. Type I move in faith to get the blessing 6,015. Some of your past decisions were influenced by fear. You held back. You stayed small. You let people talk you out of things. But heaven never stopped believing in you. And now God is saying, this is your redemption season. It's not just about recovering money. It's about reclaiming courage, confidence, joy, vision. All of that is coming back to you as part of this financial shift. The enemy knew this moment would come. That's why things got harder before this. Right before a shift, the pressure increases. That's a spiritual law. You may have felt like giving up in the past week. You may have felt tired for no reason, confused, heavy. But that was not your mind, it was warfare. The moment Michael showed up with your blessing, the enemy sent weight to crush your faith. But you didn't quit. Type I will not miss my moment to get the blessing 8,251. God is proud of how you held on. Even with doubt, even with pain, you stayed open. And now, this is your reward. Not because you are perfect, but because you are faithful. Because even in weakness you stayed available to Him. That is all God needed. Your yes. And now the heavens are moving to honor that yes. The spiritual timer is counting down, but your faith has already activated the miracle. Someone once told you that your time was up. that your dreams were too late. They lied. Time is God's servant, not your enemy. And now, time has been commanded to work in your favor. Time will restore you. Time will carry you forward. Time will answer you. Because when God redeems, He doesn't just repay, He multiplies. That's why this financial shift feels like a flood. Because it is. Type I receive multiplied restoration to get the blessing 7077. You were never forgotten. Heaven did not ignore your prayers. Every quiet cry, every frustrated sigh, every whispered "God help me," it was heard. Michael did not come late. He came at the perfect second. Because this moment had to arrive when your heart was ready, your mind was open, and your spirit could say yes with full surrender. And that moment is right now. Type I surrender to God's timing to get the blessing 9012. Someone tried to speak against your name in the spirit. They released words full of envy, lies, and silent curses. They did not shout it out loud, but heaven heard every whisper. The enemy used their mouth as a weapon. They tried to delay your breakthrough through words, gossip, and silent anger. But Archangel Michael stood in front of you like a wall of fire. Every word they released, heaven rejected. God sees all things, even the things done in secret. What they did behind closed doors, what they hoped would ruin your peace, all of it has been recorded in heaven's books. And now, judgment hath been given. The curse has been reversed. What they meant for evil, God is using for good. You were protected even when you didn't know there was danger. Type God fought for me to get the blessing 5902. Some people only loved you when you had nothing. Now that favor is showing up, their hearts are showing too. But don't fight them. Don't argue. Don't waste your time proving anything. Let God speak through your elevation. Let the shift speak louder than your words. Because what's coming to you will make the enemy silent. Your blessing will become your answer. Michael has removed their words from your name. Every false word, every jealous thought, every evil intention had been erased from the scroll of your destiny. It's clean. God has written approved over your life. Not because of their opinion, but because of your endurance. You passed the test. And now comes the reward. Type I'm approved by heaven to get the blessing 8344. You didn't fight back. You didn't curse them. You stayed quiet. And that silence was your offering. You didn't even know it, but your tears were your seed. And now, God is returning that seed with overflow. Every delay, every betrayal, every hardship, it was a setup for this moment. The shift is not just about finances. It's about divine justice. Heaven is balancing the scales in your favor. You've always had to be strong for others. You smiled when you were broken. You helped when you had nothing. And many forgot you. Many use you. But God didn't forget. Your giving, your loyalty, your prayers, your pain, all of it is being remembered right now. Archangel Michael is delivering your reward, not because of luck, but because of the record in heaven. Type my record is remembered to get the blessing 7610. Don't worry about who doesn't believe in you. Don't worry about who laughed. Don't worry about who thought you wouldn't survive. You were never called to impress them. You were chosen to obey God. And now, God is about to raise you publicly. Not of her bride, but of her purpose. People will see your elevation and know it was God. They will say, only God could do that. You are walking into a season of divine exposure, not exposure of shame, but of favor. What was hidden is being revealed. What was stuck is being released. What was mocked is being blessed. And no one can stop it. Because this shift came from the throne of God, not from the hands of man. You are moving under divine covering. Type "My enemies cannot stop God" to get the blessing 6939. The people who tried to block you were actually pushing you closer to your breakthrough. Every attack was a signal to heaven. Every hardship was a reason for the angels to be dispatched. That's why you're reading this now. You were seen. You were known. And now, you are being rewarded. The sword of Michael has cleared the way. The blessing is falling with your name written on it. Let the people talk. Let the doubters doubt. Let the haters hate. But you, stay in position. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith strong. Because what's coming is undeniable. It will not be small. It will not be quiet. It will shake the very atmosphere of your life. And when it comes, everyone will know God was with you the whole time. Type "God" as the final word to get the blessing 8185. There has been a spiritual wall over your finances for years. You may have worked hard, done everything right, stayed honest, yet something kept blocking the flow. You got close to increase, but then something would happen. A delay, an unexpected need, a strange reversal. It wasn't just bad luck. It was a spiritual block. A curse designed to keep you just one step behind. But today, God has stepped in. That block has been shattered by the sword of Archangel Michael. The financial struggle wasn't because you were lazy. It wasn't because God forgot you. It was because the enemy feared what would happen if you ever stepped into your full financial power. That's why he targeted your money. That's why your blessings felt almost there but never arrived. That spirit of near success, that demon of delay, was assigned to you. But that assignment has now been cancelled by divine order. Type "My path is cleared" to get the blessing 6630. Archangel Michael did not just walk up to the barrier. He charged it. He came with heaven's authority and a clear command: remove the resistance. Heaven had already approved your shift, but the enemy tried to reroute it. He tried to bury the blessing under false guilt, confusion, and fear. But God said enough, and with one strike, the blockage was removed. Now, your name is cleared. Your finances are free. What once held your provision back is no longer in control. You are now stepping into divine flow. Things will move faster. Things will feel easier. Why? Because you are no longer fighting the wall. You are walking through the gate. The angels have gone before you. The road is open. And the release is not just partial, it is full. Type "I say yes" to overflow to get the blessing 7704. God is not just giving you money. He is giving you rest. Emotional rest. Mental rest. Rest from the pressure of having to explain why things are always tight. He's giving you new wisdom. You'll see open doors before they close. You'll make decisions with ease. You'll stop second-guessing yourself. The clarity that wealth brings is part of this shift. This is financial healing, not just a deposit. This is a divine reset. People who once ignored your struggle will now watch your rise. Some may come back, pretending to care. But God says, be careful. This season is holy. Don't share your harvest with those who laughed at your hunger. This blessing is for the version of you that suffered in silence, not the ones who forgot you when you had nothing. Let your boundaries be firm. Type "I move in quiet power" to get the blessing 8591. The wall over your finances didn't just affect your wallet. It affected your confidence, your health, your joy. Money stress has been sitting in your body like a heavy stone. But God is removing that pressure now. The weight in your chest, the fear when bills arrive, the guilt for needing help. All of it is being lifted. You are stepping into a life where peace and provision live together. You will not always live by survival. You will not always be behind. This shift is placing you in the front, in control, ahead of the curve. You will plan, save, give, and enjoy, not just survive. This is what it means to live under heaven's economy. Your needs are met before you ask. Your overflow blesses others. Your increase is secure. Type I am trusted with blessing to get the blessing 7407. Look around. Something already feels different. There's a lightness, a sense of motion in the air. That's the beginning of your shift. This part may come quietly, a small refund, an unexpected favor, a forgotten debt paid. But don't ignore the signs. The heavens always whisper before they shout. Celebrate every small release. It's proof the flood is on the way. This isn't the end of the miracle. It's the start. Michael has done what you couldn't. He destroyed what held you back. But now you must move forward with faith. Expect blessings. Look for them. Call them out. Every step you take now is on clear ground. The enemy has no hold over your finances anymore. Walk forward boldly. Type the block is gone to get the blessing 9158. For a long time, you felt invisible. You prayed, cried, believed, and waited, but nothing seemed to happen. Others received miracles. Others got promoted. Others found favor. And you were left asking, God, did you forget me? The silence hurt. The waiting was painful. But here is the truth. Heaven never forgot you. God was preparing the right moment. And that moment is now. When your name was spoken in heaven, it echoed through the spirit realm. Angels heard it. Archangel Michael received orders. This financial shift was not random. It was scheduled. Heaven was not late. It was waiting for the right conditions to release what had been building. And now, because of your endurance, it's being poured out. Type heaven remembers me to get the blessing 7740. Delay doesn't mean denial. Just because you didn't see it before doesn't mean God said no. Sometimes God hides blessings until you're strong enough to carry them. That's what happened with this financial shift. God was preparing you while you waited. You were being shaped in the background. But now, the curtain is opening. Now, the spotlight is turning to you. God has seen your giving. Not just money, but your time, your help, your heart. You gave when no one saw it. You helped others and asked for nothing. You stayed kind when you could have been bitter. That's why you're being remembered now. This is not about favor earned by works. It's about your spirit. Heaven is responding to your faith, your obedience, and your silence. Type God saw my silent tears to get the blessing 6825. There is a book in heaven that records what others ignore. It has your name in it. And beside your name, God wrote, ready. That's why things are starting to move. That's why you're seeing signs. You're not crazy. You're not desperate. You're just finally aligned. And when alignment meets timing, miracles show up fast. Some of your past blessings were blocked by people. They didn't want to see you rise. They said you weren't ready. They thought they had power over your life. But God has bypassed them. What they tried to delay has been rerouted. It's coming directly to you now. A middleman. No approval from man needed. God has already signed it. Type my name is approved to get the blessing 7488. You are entering a season of answered prayers. And not just one or two, many. The things you forgot you asked for. The things you cried about at night. The dreams you gave up on. God is bringing them back. He's showing you that nothing was wasted. Even your pain had a purpose. Even your waiting built strength in you that you'll soon use. This financial shift is the first of many. It's the gate to a new path. You'll see divine ideas, God-ordained connections, unexpected phone calls, open doors. It won't stop at one breakthrough. Heaven is unlocking a series of movements. One blessing will lead to another. Each step you take will open more than you thought possible. You'll say, I didn't expect this, and God will say, I did. Type I'm walking into overflow to get the blessing 8190. Archangel Michael is still nearby. He is guarding the release. He's ensuring no spiritual thief touches your portion. But you must protect your atmosphere. Keep your space holy. Avoid people who carry doubt or jealousy. Speak life only. Declare blessing even when you don't feel it. The atmosphere around you must agree with heaven for this miracle to stay active. Don't be afraid of good news. You've been in survival mode so long that joy might feel uncomfortable. But trust it. Receive it. You are safe now. God is not teasing you. This isn't a setup to disappoint you again. This is real. This is now. This is yours. Type I receive my now blessing to get the blessing 9066. This is the moment you were made for. Not the pain. Not the loss. Not the waiting. This shift. This divine outpouring. You have heaven's attention. The records have been checked. The orders have been signed. Your name is active in the spirit realm. And the blessing that has your name on it is no longer delayed. It is on its way. Type the wait is over to get the blessing 6882. Things that used to take months will now take days. Things that once felt impossible will now feel easy. You're not imagining it. Time is moving differently around you. That's what happens when God accelerates your path. When heaven opens up and clears the resistance, things move fast. You are now stepping into a season of divine speed. Archangel Michael has already gone ahead to prepare the way. You'll notice changes. Phone calls will happen at the right moment. Emails will arrive with good news. Delayed responses will suddenly appear. People will randomly think of you. But it's not random. It's divine timing working in your favor. Heaven has pressed the fast forward button. What was held back is now chasing after you. This is your season of speed. Type I move in divine speed to get the blessing 8001. You waited long enough. The time of delay is over. And God doesn't just make up for lost time. He multiplies it. You may have felt like you were behind. But God is giving you a shortcut, a supernatural acceleration. Others may wonder how you got ahead so quickly. But only you will know what happened in the spirit. Only you will know that God turned time in your favor. When Michael broke the spiritual chains, he didn't just remove the block, he released momentum. That means things are not just moving, they're building. One door opens another. One blessing calls the next. You'll be walking in a flow, not a fight. You won't have to struggle for every little thing. God is releasing ease, grace, acceleration, because it's your time now. Type I receive divine momentum to get the blessing 6694. You will not miss the right doors. In the season, God will slow down the wrong ones and speed up the right ones. That way, you'll know exactly where to go. The confusion you felt before will disappear. You'll feel clarity, peace, confidence. You won't have to beg anyone for a chance. You won't have to chase after answers. They'll come to you. It's the power of divine speed. There are blessings already on their way. Contracts, refunds, help, resources. But God didn't want you to receive them before your heart was ready. Now your spirit is in alignment. Now the blessing will bless you, not burden you. Now your hands are open, your eyes are awake, and your soul can carry what's coming without breaking. Type I am ready to carry this blessing to get the blessing 7,850. You don't need everyone's approval to walk through these doors. God's approval is enough. When heaven says go, it doesn't matter who says no. Some people may be surprised by your speed. They'll question it. They'll try to explain it away. But you don't owe them answers. You owe God your obedience. Keep moving forward. The speed is holy. The pace is divine. Don't slow down to make others comfortable. You will walk through doors you didn't even knock on. You'll receive blessings you didn't apply for. That's how divine favor works. It locates you. It remembers you. It chases you. And now it's chasing you with power. You will not miss this moment. It's wrapped in mercy, delivered by angels, activated by faith. You are rising quickly now, not by accident, but by heaven's design. Type heaven is moving me forward to get the blessing 8,772. Stay focused. In the season of speed, distractions will try to show up. Unexpected arguments, negative voices, fearful thoughts. Ignore them. They are tests. Their job is to slow you down. But your job is to keep moving. Keep praising. Keep declaring. Your steps are ordered. Your pace is protected. Your future is unfolding right on time, and it's fast. You've struggled through slow seasons. Now rejoice in the fast one. Enjoy the favor. Smile through the blessings. This is not a trick. This is not too good to be true. This is what you've been waiting for. God never forgot. He was just getting everything in place. Now that it's here, don't hesitate. Don't question it. Just walk on if you must. Leap in faith. Type this is my fast season to get the blessing 9,055. This wealth was not random. It was not floating in the air waiting for just anyone. It was assigned to your name before you even knew to ask. God wrote your name next to a divine amount. The amount matched your calling. It matched your destiny. It was not above greed or gain. It was above purpose. God trusted you to handle something sacred. That's why the enemy fought you so hard. The shift that is happening now is heaven's way of delivering what has always been yours. You were not begging for a miracle. You were waiting on what was already written. The wealth tied to your name had been blocked, stolen, or delayed, but never destroyed. It has been circling in the spirit, looking for the moment you were fully aligned. That moment is here. Type wealth has found me to get the blessing 7,004. There are things that were supposed to happen for you years ago, blessings that should have been released, opportunities that should have opened. But dark forces interfered. People spoke against you. Life wore you down. But even in all that, heaven never deleted your name from the promise. It just waited for the time to be right. And now, everything is finally lining up. You are not skipped. You were being reserved. God hid you to protect what was coming. He didn't let the wrong people pour into you. He didn't let you get stuck in places you didn't belong. It felt like delayed, but it was divine hiding. And now, He is calling your name out loud. The wealth is being drawn to the sound of your surrender. I was not skipped to get the blessing 6,678. Your name in the Spirit is glowing right now. Angels are standing near it. Michael is guarding it. Demonic hands are being pulled away from anything attached to you. Contracts, jobs, payments, new income, all of it is now being released. The angels are clearing space around you so that no enemy can steal your portion. You are walking into divine ownership. This wealth is not just money, it's restoration. God is going to give you back what stress took from you. Peace, sleep, energy, joy. You're not just receiving dollars, you're receiving wholeness. It's going to feel like the air is lighter, like your chest is free, like the pressure is gone. That's how you will know it's God. He never just blesses your hands. He blesses your heart too. Type I receive full restoration to get the blessing 8,551. You don't have to feel guilty for being blessed. That guilt was planted by people who didn't understand your struggle. Let it go. This shift is not about pride, it's about purpose. God is funding the next chapter of your life. You will give more, help more, create more. That's why He had to make sure you were ready. And you are. This is your financial release season. God is trusting you with more because He saw what you did with little. You managed tight seasons with wisdom. You made sure others had even when you didn't. You didn't give up. You didn't grow bitter. And now, heaven says, release it all to them. You are the one who gets the door. You are the one whose name is now surrounded by light. Don't try to figure out how it will come. Just stay in faith. Divine wealth travels through unexpected paths. It might show up through a person, a message, a correction, or a refund. Don't limit the way God can move. Just stay open. This is not the season to doubt. This is the moment to declare. Speak life every day. Say the shift is mine. Let your words agree with what heaven has already decided. Type my name is marked by heaven to get the blessing 9,017. Right now, you're standing in the middle of a divine release. But there are others who are still waiting, still stuck, still unaware that their shift is near. If this message reached your heart, it wasn't by chance. It was sent to spark something inside of you. Let your giving help carry this message to someone else's dry place. The Lord says in Isaiah 58:10, "If you spend yourselves on behalf of the hungry, your light will rise in the darkness." This is not just about supporting a video. It's about becoming part of a prophetic movement. I invite you, as one called, as one chosen, sow into this moment through super thanks, membership, or PayPal link in the video description. Your seed becomes a light in someone else's storm. This is not a donation. It's obedience. And to everyone who sows, may God multiply your seed with speed, shield your increase, and let wealth chase you boldly. Move now. Be the reason someone else gets their word. For a long time, something was not right with your money. You worked hard. You prayed. You gave when you could. But still, your hands stayed empty. It felt like no matter what you did, your finances just would not grow. You'd get a little, then lose it. Things would start strong, then suddenly fall apart. That was not normal. That was not natural. It was a curse. A dark word placed over your money long ago, and today it has been broken. Archangel Michael has crushed that curse with fire. It was deep, silent, and hidden in the background of your life. But God saw it. It may have come through your bloodline, a jealous person, or a spiritual attack from years ago. It kept you in a cycle of just enough, never overflow. But God said, no more. The chains are now shattered. The curse has lost its voice. The gate is open. Type the curse is broken to get the blessing 6444. Some people in your life carried dark energy. They smiled, but deep inside, they didn't want you to grow. When you shared good news, they grew quiet. When you were blessed, they suddenly disappeared. These were not just bad people, they were spiritual blockers. But they cannot touch you now. Michael has burned their access. Heaven has removed your name from their reach. Every spoken word that cursed your finances has been reversed. What was meant to hold you down is now lifting you up. You will start to notice small signs, things working when they shouldn't, peace returning to your bank account, unusual favor following you. That's because the curse has been lifted and the blessing has taken its place. You are free to grow now. Type I am rising from the curse to get the blessing 7121. Some of the financial pain you carried wasn't even yours. You carried burdens from your family, debts from the past, and pressures from people who leaned on you. You became the strong one, the responsible one. But no one saw how heavy it was. God did. And now, He is repaying you for every tear, every sacrifice, every quiet breakdown you went through in private. This shift is not just wealth, it is compensation. It is God saying, I saw it all, and I have not forgotten you. That's why this blessing will feel personal. It will arrive at the right moment, in the right way, and it will speak directly to your needs. It will feel like the answer you've been waiting for, because it is. Type God is compensating me to get the blessing 8844. Heaven is now opening up new channels of income. Not just one job or one opportunity, but many paths. You will begin to see ideas. You'll feel nudged to start things, reach out, or step into new areas. Don't be afraid. These are not your ideas. They are instructions. Divine whispers. Follow them. They are part of the flow that is meant for you. Money will no longer control your emotions. You will no longer feel sick when bills come in. You will no longer feel embarrassed when others ask about your job or savings. That shame is leaving your life. You will have answers. You will have control. You will have more than enough. And you will help others without draining yourself. Type overflow is my new normal to get the blessing 7986. There's a peace coming to your life that money couldn't buy, but now it's arriving with the blessing. You'll sleep better. Think clear. It's my more. That's what happens when financial pressure is removed. God is restoring joy to your home. You'll buy groceries without fear. You'll give freely. You'll bless your family. You'll make decisions with power, not panic. And the best part, you won't stop. This isn't a one-time gift. This is a lifetime shift. The curse has been broken at the root. It cannot grow back. You are now standing on blessed ground. Everything you touch will begin to respond. And every step you take will be guided by grace, covered in protection, and soaked in favor. Type the ground under me is blessed to get the blessing 9330. There have been moments in your life where things just vanished. Money disappeared. Opportunities slip away. Open doors close without warning. You didn't understand why. It wasn't always a scam or a mistake. It was spiritual theft. The enemy was stealing from you quietly. It wasn't loud. It didn't come with a warning. It came in silence. But God saw it. And today, that stealing has been stopped. Archangel Michael was sent to locate the areas where you were being robbed. He saw the spiritual hands that were taking your peace, your strength, your financial release. He found the openings the enemy used to sneak in, and he shut them. Now, those dark doors are sealed. Your life is covered. The leak is over. Your blessing will not be stolen again. Type "the stealing has stopped" to get the blessing 6,883. Every invisible loss you faced, the job that suddenly vanished, the help that never came, the check that bounced, the friend that betrayed, all of that is connected. It wasn't just life. It was spiritual warfare. The enemy had access. But now, that access is gone. The thief has been caught, and heaven is ordering repayment. Sevenfold. That's the promise. What was stolen must return multiplied. Your bank account won't feel like a mystery anymore. You won't have to wonder where your money went. You will have clarity, order, wisdom, and peace. That confusion you felt when managing your money, it's leaving now. God is giving you fresh vision, new financial habits, ideas that will protect what's coming. You're not just being blessed, you're being equipped. Type "God is protecting my increase" to get the blessing 7,288. Sometimes it wasn't money that was stolen. It was moments, opportunities, confidence. Someone said the wrong word at the wrong time, and it delayed you. You were robbed of courage. But no more. You are being made bold again. This financial shift is giving you your voice back, your strength back, your time back. You will not miss out again. What was stolen is returning. The enemy used fear to trick you. He made you think you weren't ready, that it wasn't the right time, that you couldn't handle it. And when you waited, he stole. But now, God is giving you wisdom to act quickly. You'll know when to move. You'll feel it in your spirit. Doors will open, and you'll walk through them without doubt. That's the new you, sharp, quick, wise. Type "my wisdom is rising" to get the blessing 8,032. You may not have seen the enemy working, but you felt the effects. That sudden emptiness, that strange blockage, that confusing delay. All of it was spiritual robbery. But heaven has returned your name to the list of restoration. What was taken will be seen again. But this time, it won't come with pain. It will come with joy. It will come with ease. It will come with peace. There's wealth that belongs to you. Wealth that is tied to your name, your prayers, your tears, your faith. It was never meant to go to someone else. But because of spiritual warfare, it was delayed. That delay is now over. The spiritual hand that once took from you is now removed. It cannot touch you again. The angels are guarding your gates. Type "my gates are guarded" to get the blessing 7,799. There are people who may try to return now that they sense your shift. Be careful. Don't give everyone access again. Some were part of the problem. Some were stealing your energy, your joy, your focus. Protect what God is giving you. This is not selfish. It's spiritual wisdom. Keep your circle clean. Keep your peace strong. This blessing is holy. You've entered a season where nothing will be stolen without being seen. God is giving you discernment. You'll feel it when something is off. You'll hear it in their tone. You'll sense it in the air. That's not anxiety. That's spiritual sensitivity. And it's a gift. Use it. Trust it. It will help you protect your miracle. The days of silent losses are over. You are no longer uncovered, no longer exposed. Archangel Michael stands at your gates. Every resource, every gift, every door that opens from here on is protected. The thief has been stopped. And now, the blessings will remain. Type "My blessings are secured" to get the blessing 9391. You are not like everyone else. Your path has always been different. Your pain fell deeper. Your waiting was longer. Your storms lasted more nights than others. And maybe you wondered, why me? Why was your life marked by struggle, rejection, and delay? It's because you were being set apart. God was preparing you for something that others could not carry. He was shaping you for this very moment, this divine shift. You were never forgotten. You were hidden. God didn't want your blessing exposed too early. He didn't want others to contaminate it. That's why doors closed. That's why some people left. That's why some offers vanished. It wasn't rejection. It was protection. And now that your heart is ready, God is releasing what was held in waiting. Heaven is opening the vault with your name on it. Type "I was set apart for more" to get the blessing 7009. Some people will not understand your rise. They will ask how it happened. They will wonder why now. But you don't owe them answers. What's happening is between you and God. They didn't see the nights you cried. They didn't feel the weight you carried. They didn't hear the whispers that kept you going when your mind was tired. But heaven saw it all. And now heaven is responding. Being set apart means you had to lose some people. You had to walk alone sometimes. It was lonely. It was confusing. But it was holy. And it was necessary. Because where God is taking you, not everyone can go. This blessing is tailor-made, custom-fit. It was never meant for a crowd. It was designed for the chosen. And you are the chosen. Type "This was always meant for me" to get the blessing 8122. You will begin to feel stronger, lighter, and more focused. That's because heaven is healing you while blessing you. Most people get healed after the blessing. But God is doing it together in your life. He's not just giving you something. He's making you someone. Someone with peace, with vision, with discipline, with divine strategy. This is the beginning of a new version of you. This shift is not loud. It's not flashy. It's sacred. That's why you feel the urge to be quiet. That's why you don't want to tell everyone yet. Trust that instinct. Keep this season covered. Let God build it. Let God announce it. You don't have to prove anything. The fruit will speak. The overflow will be seen. The favor will be noticed, without your voice. Type "God will announce me" to get the blessing 7336. Heaven is restoring years you thought were wasted. The time you gave to the wrong people. The energy you poured into empty places. The work you did that no one saw. All of it is coming back. God never throws pain away. He recycles it into purpose. He takes what the enemy used for harm and builds your next level on top of it. You're rising, not in pride, but in power. Your walk will be quiet, but your fruit will be loud. The way you love, the way you serve, the way you bless. It will reflect the shift that took place inside of you. This is not just financial increase. It's spiritual maturity. You'll say no to things you used to chase. You'll wait for what is yours without fear. You'll speak only when heaven says speak. It's the strength of the chosen. I accept my elevation to get the blessing 8673. Don't look back. Don't let guilt pull you into the past. You are not who you were last year. That version of you was necessary for the journey, but now it's time to rise. Forgive yourself. Let go of the failures. Thank God for the lessons. But walk boldly. Heaven has shifted you, and you are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. You are stepping into divine rhythm. Every delay made sense. Every tear was counted. Every no led to the right yes. And now, it's here. The release. The increase. The restoration. It is flowing now. Slowly at first, then suddenly. Don't be afraid of the sudden. You were prepared for it. You were made for it. I was made for this season to get the blessing 8891. You waited. You've cried. You've prayed. And now, it's here. The place called fulfillment. This is the zone where promises become reality. Where prayers turn into answers. Where dreams no longer live in your imagination. They show up in your hands. You are crossing into this zone right now. Archangel Michael has led you here. This is the final gate. A gate of completion. This is where what you saw in the spirit becomes visible. This is where the blessing that had your name on it shows up at your door. You no longer need to ask when. Now you will say, it's here. The fulfillment zone is not filled with struggle. It's filled with harvest. Not just any harvest, but your harvest. The exact one you labored for in silence. I step into fulfillment to get the blessing 9420. Things will now begin to line up without confusion. People will begin to respond differently. Helpers will be sent. Blockers will be removed. Clarity will come. That's how you'll know you've crossed over. It may feel unfamiliar at first. Peace always feels strange to those who have lived in storms. But this is real. It's not a test. It's not a trap. This is the fruit of what you've endured. You'll be tempted to question it. To ask, do I really deserve this? But God has already answered, yes. Not because of perfection, but because of obedience. You kept believing even when you had no proof. You kept sowing when you were empty. You kept showing up when others quit. And heaven saw it. Heaven rewarded it. And now the reward is manifesting. I accept what's mine to get the blessing 8011. You are walking in divine completion. Projects you abandoned will restart. Ideas you gave up on will suddenly live again. Relationships will be healed. Your identity will become clear. Everything that once felt broken will be touched by God's hand. He is restoring what you couldn't fix. He is finishing what you couldn't complete. Your peace will increase. Your energy will return. Your mind will feel lighter. Your home will feel safer. This is the fulfillment zone. In this zone, even your body will respond. Stress will drop off. Sleep will come easier. Your face will shine with joy again. This is what the enemy tried to stop. He knew if you got here, you'd never be the same. I receive full peace to get the blessing 7103. This is also the zone of revelation. You will now begin to see why some things did happen when you wanted. God will show you what He was doing in the background. You will realize that even the delays were mercy. Even the detours were protection. You will no longer be angry about what didn't happen. You will be thankful. Because what God has for you now is better than what you lost. You'll begin to bless others from your overflow. You'll speak with clarity. You'll move with boldness. You won't be begging for crumbs, you'll be offering bread. And when people ask you what changed, you'll know. It wasn't chance. It was obedience. You believed the word. You responded in time. And now, you are living in the reward of that obedience. Type I will bless from my overflow to get the blessing 7,784. The enemy has lost all rights to your harvest. He can't delay it anymore. He cannot touch it. He cannot confuse you out of it. The fulfillment zone is fully guarded. Michael stands at the edge, watching, shielding, protecting. Every step you take forward is protected. Every financial gain you receive is covered. Every opportunity that opens is heaven approved. You no longer need to chase what's already chasing you. The blessing is attracted to your obedience. The more you trust, the faster it flows. The more you praise, the stronger it grows. You have reached the moment heaven wrote about before you were born. This is not the end. This is the shift that begins your true life. Type I'm fully aligned to get the blessing 9,399. The shift has arrived. It is no longer on the way. It is here. This is your moment to say yes in full, to seal the movement heaven has prepared, and to step forward without looking back. The countdown is over. What was promised is now placed directly in front of you. This is the time to rise boldly and take hold of what has always been yours. Heaven has done its part. The angels have fought through the resistance. Archangel Michael cleared every dark interference. The curse is broken. The flow is open. The oil is pouring. And now, heaven is waiting on your final answer. Will you accept this moment with full faith? Will you say yes, Lord, with your whole soul? You may never receive a moment quite like this again. This message didn't come by chance. This was divine appointment. There are things attached to this decision: your future, your family, your calling, and even others whose blessings are tied to your breakthrough. That's why this window was protected. That's why it was urgent. It's not just about money. It's about obedience and divine alignment. This shift is no longer a prophecy. It is an instruction. You are not being asked to wait anymore. You are being asked to move, to step in, to speak life, to act boldly. The time for delay has ended. Heaven is open over your name right now. But as with all divine timings, this too shall pass. Claim it before the hour closes. You are ready. You are covered. You are chosen. You are rising. Type I seal this blessing to get the blessing 9,666. You've just received a word that was sent to seal your future. You are not here by accident. This message was heaven's way of pulling you into alignment. And now, your obedience to sow, not just in faith, but in divine partnership, can activate the same shift in others' lives. Your giving spreads the light that breaks delay. God says in Proverbs 11:25, "Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed." This is a holy moment, a prophetic gate. If this word moved you, respond boldly, not just with belief, but with action. Support this mission through Super Thanks by becoming a channel member or through PayPal. Link is in the video description. Your gift is not a donation. It is spiritual fuel. You're not helping us, you're unlocking miracles for others. To everyone who gives, may your seed multiply like rivers in dry places. May your house overflow with divine speed, protected by angelic fire. Now act, and let your giving speak louder than delay.